Hey guys, happy Sunday to you guys. Here we are. It's a sunny day out. It's beautiful outside. It's actually quite warm. And I thought, what better time to do our little comparison video? So I know a lot of people wanted to see this because they wanted to get an idea of, well, the difference in painting perhaps, but also I think that people want to see the size difference of the two babies, because I think that most people would think that Monroe is a lot bigger than Milo. And it's just not the case. In actuality, they really are very similar in length, but their proportions are just very different. That's the biggest difference that I noticed when I had Lucy and when I first met with Sonia and saw Monroe for the first time. We just noticed that there was just complete difference of proportion in the baby from baby to baby, and that's also what I'm seeing here when I see them side by side. They're both cute as a button. How cute. I love them both, and I love them for varying reasons. And I think they're both absolutely beautifully painted. I think they're both in proportion because newborn sizes vary. Like, Monroe completely reminds me of my children when they were born, especially my second daughter. That's more like how she was. She was very chubby. She had really long arms, but little short chunky legs. Like, she had those, she was born with rolls, my youngest daughter was. And same with my oldest daughter. But I feel like my oldest daughter reminds me of how Milo is actually proportioned, because she was a little bit more petite than my younger daughter. So it's interesting how I've just kind of noticed these things. Also, probably why I like different things about each doll. And I've even said that the reason why I think I'm so drawn to Monroe is simply because she reminds me so much of my daughter, like my youngest daughter especially. Like, there's so many characteristics about her that just, yep, that's how it was when my youngest was a newborn, all those fun things. So here they are side by side, guys. So the first thing you'll notice is their length really isn't much different at all. They both have bent legs, but Monroe's legs are even more bent and curled up, of course. Their painting style is different. Not just the texturing. Like, Monroe has textured skin, and he has smooth silicone skin. But the coloring is different. Even though he's painted with a lot of pink tones, Monroe is painted with even more of a pink undertone. Like, she's definitely got more of a pink complexion. And even though he has some of that, it's just not as much. He's got a little bit more of some olive colored skin tones mixed in there. So he's got just less pink throughout. But I can tell they're painted by the same artist. Like, I know Claire's style of painting. I know, if you were to show me kits and line them up next to the prototypes that were painted by Claire and dolls, of course, painted by other artists, I can spot Claire's painting style a mile away. It just really is very obvious to me because I've collected and had so many of her dolls. Even though her painting style has changed and evolved over the years, I still recognize her style of painting. I know it hands down, could pinpoint it anywhere. So it's very clear that these babies are painted by the same artist to me. But their proportions are just so different. It's so cute. Like, he just is a little bit more petite. Now, I was saying how, like, her silicone, I thought that his silicone was softer than hers. I think hers is actually a little softer. The difference is his face is softer. Hers has got a little bit more firm. It's just her face, though. And that has to do with probably the fact that she's on a ball jointed neck. So my guess is that's why it's a little bit more firm versus he is all in one piece. So she could leave the head very, very soft. So his cheeks are softer. But even though she's got these really chubby thighs, her silicone is still softer than his overall. Except for she does not have the soft core tummy. She does, however, have very soft, beautiful, squishy silicone but he has the soft core tummy. So his tummy happens to be softer than her tummy. But overall, her silicone on her body, on like her arms and her legs, is definitely softer than him. So it's a difference of in different places. He happens to have a little bit more softness, so his cheeks and his tummy are softer than Monroe's, but overall, her silicone is softer. And it's very clear to me also, because she has a thicker, larger amount of silicone in her legs especially, and yet they're still so soft and squishy. And his are just not quite as soft and squishy, and he has less thick legs. So her silicone on her limbs is definitely softer than his. It's interesting because here I am like, I was thinking that he was just a little bit softer, or at least as soft as, but he's just a little bit less soft overall than Monroe, other than that tummy and the cheeks. So he's a one piece 4. He has the drinking wet. He has armatures. We know that she does not have armatures, which I love that about her, because I love seeing the movement of like how her arms move, and she's so poseable. And I really enjoy how the silicone moves. But I'm also enjoying the fact that I can pose him in a arms up position. I can lay them flat, so they can completely lay flat if I want them to. So it gives me a little bit different options. That's the fun of it. Like, just having different options, I think, is really gonna be fun, the contrast between the two. But so she has the jointed neck. He's a one piece. He has a spine. He has the squishy tummy and the armatures. So Monroe is considered what was like a base model when Claire was making that addition. So her original mommy, Sonia, who I got her from about 3 weeks after she had gotten her, she ordered just the jointed neck. She didn't want the drinking wet. She didn't want the squishy tummy, and she didn't care for armatures, which I absolutely love that she doesn't have all the bells and whistles. I actually 100% love this baby. 100%, hands down. She's still my number one girl. He's a very close second because he's so special, the sculpt, everything. I love them both so much. The fact that she doesn't have all the bells and whistles, it does not detract for how I feel about her. And a lot of people currently, I've noticed that a lot of newer collectors, and even some of the seasoned collectors, they really feel the need to have all the bells and whistles in a doll. It's almost like it's the ultimate goal is to have, people that like Claire dolls, then their ultimate goal is to have a Claire baby fully finished with all the bells and whistles. I am not that collector. I've learned over the years that do I like having the bells and whistles with this doll? I will appreciate them, but I don't need them. So, I always worry about the armatures breaking. I have never used a drinking wet, but I will try it out with him. So that'll be fun. Do I need a spine? Nope. Even though it's very cool and then you can feel it. Do I need the squishy tummy? No, but it's nice. I won't lie that I like and I'm enjoying the features that this doll has because it's different from what she has. But she is still she's still so super squishy. And she's got more silicone there, and she's still very soft. So that's, it's very interesting how she doesn't have the soft core tummy, but her tummy is still very, very soft. And one thing I did notice is that her silicone wrinkles much more than his. So hers is wrinkly all over, like on her arms and everything. He has wrinkles on him. He's definitely got wrinkles in different places, but I'm noticing that her silicone is more wrinkled. And I think it's because there's more of a softness to hers overall. I think that's why. That would be my guess. Especially because, I can move her arms. Her arms are all wrinkly when you move them and change positions and stuff. His are more fixed, so I'm not going to see as much wrinkling because it doesn't have the natural free movement because of the armatures. But his skin still wrinkles. It just wrinkles less, which both are beautiful. And like I said, he reminds me more of obviously like how Lucy was painted. He's painted with just different tones than Monroe is. They both have little armpits that are adorable. He has armatures. You can see when I move one arm, the other moves, because this type of armature that she's used goes all the way up through the shoulders and down into each hand. So it's full armatures. I noticed that she's gotten more away from that now, and she's doing just the elbow armatures so that it has more of a free movement in the shoulder area. Especially probably it complements the sculpting of her newer dolls. So do I mind that? No. I'm used to that because I've had dolls that had that particular armature. I'm hoping it will hold up. I'm a little leery, I won't lie. I'm a little leery because I know that over time I always worry that the armatures will break. So I'm hoping if I'm super, super careful that, you know, they'll stay healthy and working, which is probably why I love the fact that Monroe has no armatures in her whatsoever. Like, hands down, I love the free movement best. I like to see the silicone move. It's part of the charm. It's part of what I love about Claire's silicone is how it freely moves. And I really love that about Monroe. I just think that she moves like a living baby would. And he's going to be a little bit more stiff because he's got the armatures. But he's fun. He's more fun in a way that I can pose him a little bit differently, although she's very poseable. Her long arms and the way that they're sculpted bent makes for perfect posability. Like, perfect posability. Like, most people are like, oh, don't you miss having armatures? No, because I can put her arms in multiple different places and they stay put. And I think it's just truly the beauty of how she was sculpted. The original sculpt was with longer bent arms. And because the silicone is so soft, they stay where you put them. And that's amazing to me. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. So yeah, I just think they're so cute. The eye color, different. He has more of a gray-blue newborn eye color, darker blue. Hers are more of a blue-green baby color. I think they're both equally beautiful, but I still prefer the color of her eyes. But he's got these cute little squinty, almost cross-eyed look anyways. I think they're both beautiful, but there's something about the color of Monroe's eyes that they just melt my heart. And it's also the look on her face. I mean, let's face it, that little needy look of hers, it'll get anybody, you know? But this baby here, because he's got that squinty newborn look, also what I appreciate so much about the sculpt, I told you guys in his details video, and I've talked about it multiple times, is that sculpt to me is a true newborn look, you know? And I love that. Love it. I always will. But yeah, so now maybe you can see why both babies can wear a size 1 month, which is majority of the clothes I'm going to be buying, but he fits into a newborn size from Love Baby. And I'm literally, it's like squeezing 10 pounds into a 5-pound sack. Like it's too tight. I'm uncomfortable with trying to squeeze her into it. Will it get on her? Yes, I've put her in it. But I'm not comfortable leaving in it because she just looks like she's busting out of it. Like she's outgrown it. Whereas the Loved Baby sleeper, it fits him perfectly. It fits him how it's supposed to fit him. But if you were like even a smidge bigger, it wouldn't fit him right. And that's also why the zipper doesn't bulge. So for all of you out there that say, yep, I hate the bulging zipper. That's why I said I have a love-hate relationship with zippered sleepers. If they don't fit perfectly, and I mean perfectly, and it bunches and bulges up at all, I can't stand it. So I'll be happy to buy the Loved Baby sleepers for him. Not so much for her, because I'm guessing if I go up one size, it's just because she's got that curled leg, it's going to bunch. And I won't like it. So I'll go for snaps. Snaps for her. But yeah, I also have to be careful with snaps down like one leg versus down the center of a sleeper or even a regular outfit, because this curled up chubby leg will make the snaps bulge open. Also the struggle. So each baby has things that fit them specifically that I look for, because of the style of their body, because his legs can be straightened, because he's very soft. This is something you can't do with the original Janikas. They're too, stiff of a silicone. But because he's so soft, you can straighten out his legs, which makes for dressing super easy for a lot of different things that I can't necessarily dress her in, because her legs are so chubby and they stay up. You know, if I took the diaper off, her legs actually do fall more. This one actually comes up, but this one will fall down and touch. But having a nice chunky diaper kind of keeps her in a moving motion look, which I love about her. He's more relaxed, got his feet on the floor. He's good. She looks like she's kicking and kind of drawing her legs up. So both very different, but I love them. You know, a lot of people have an issue with that leg. I love that leg is sculpted up. She's an awake baby, so that looks very true to how an awake baby would be drawing their leg up, especially like a newborn. Like that's how they would draw their leg up. And so this leg that bothers everybody else, I love it. I love how her legs are. But yeah, they're just both really beautiful. He's got a thicker head of hair. He's got a little bit smaller head, but his head shape is different. I want to say that his head is like not as long, tall from forehead to chin. Hers is definitely a bigger head, but both are in proportion. Like he has more of a newborn shaped head. Hers is more rounded. But both, to me, based on the rest of their body type, are in proportion to how they should be. You know, it's very interesting, but all babies are born at all different shapes and sizes. So let's face it, you know, dolls can be the same. So, you know, it's fun to see the differences. It's fun to see the similarities. Like, but in the sculpting and the details and the feet and the hands and stuff and the fingernails, all very much Claire Taylor. All very similar. Look at you guys. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. Oh my gosh. So there. Now you guys get to see them side by side. I hope that, you know, you guys enjoyed this. I will get them dressed again. I'm going to put them back in their sleepers. I'm going to put him in his little blue sleeper, and I'm going to put Monroe back in her little pink and white striped jackety sleeper. Yeah, I love them. So this is really fun. I think spending more and more time with them and doing different things and having the drinking wet for, you know, for videos. Like, it's going to be fun to stumble through the first time with you guys. I'm going to share it all. It'll be really fun. Things to look forward to do with them. And, you know, having different faces to share on my channel is really just, you know, it's a lot of fun. And so I feel very blessed and very happy with the babies that I have in my collection. You know, he's a very rare baby. He's, you know, he's a one-of-a-kind baby. I'm very lucky to have him, you know. So, and she's also very rare as well. There's not another like her. There's not a single doll out there, not another Dwayne. There's nothing that's out there that's like her, and I love that. I love having unique babies. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Please give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to share it. And you will definitely see more of us very, very soon, guys. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.